On the other hand, we have parents, as you have heard from the parents who are here, from Kitengela International School and St. Greenhill, Kisii. We have parents whose children have been scoring very highly. Children who have undergone a thorough and very meticulous process or exercise to ensure that they were well prepared for the exams. And yet, the results as were released on the 23rd day of November were not at par, were not commensurate, and were not a reflection of the preparation that they have been undergoing or have undergone. And for that reason, today we filed a petition before the High Court challenging, first, the hurried manner in which these results have been made or released, and most particularly, there was a declaration that was made by the Minister of Education that following the release of those exams, then the placement of the Form 1s, that exercise was going to commence today, the 27th day of November 2023. So we have rushed to court to stop that exercise so that we can have a reconciliation. In any event, these parents and these children have a right to a fair administrative action. They have a right to a process that is not only, not only an administrative action that is not only fair, but one that is done in an expeditious manner. And expeditious does not necessarily mean a hurried manner in a manner that does not lead to an account of what they are supposed to do. Secondly, these children have a right. They have a right to a paramount, they have that which we call a paramount interest, which must be protected by the law. This is to mean that if these children, if one of them is deserving of going to the school that I went to, Maseno School, then this child should not be given a chance at another school where they do not deserve to be there. Conversely, if there is a child who has been given or awarded more marks than they deserve, they should not be given an opportunity at Maseno School, because this child is going to be confused for the rest of their life. So what we ask with humility is that we want an equitable and an accountable process, so that if a child has scored highly, let them be awarded the marks that they have gotten. If a child has not scored highly, if a child did not prepare, let them be given the marks that they want, the marks that they deserve, so that we do not have a society where we have children who are given what they do not deserve, and we have children who miss out on the opportunities that they deserve. I think that should be senior Mr. Danstan Omari, who will also help in elucidating this issue even further. Thank you.
What we have here is worse than what is happening with the floods in this country. It is a situation that is death to vulnerable kids who are in the formative stages of their lives. It is a horrid calamity. We can take it just like the First and Second World War. Because when an attack is an attack on vulnerable children who are defenseless, who cannot raise a voice, then that country has lost its moral compass. The results were announced. The law of Kenya National Examination Council provides that if dissatisfied, in rule number 27, one can apply or an appeal for review. Kenya National Examination Council, by law, has 90 days to make a decision. So, if the review was done on Friday, the application for appeal, the Examination Council will release the decision around March. Selection started today. These kids will not be among the students who are being considered to be placed on national schools, on schools of their choice. The selection will end, the launch will be done next week. Students are expected to report to schools of their choice the first week of January. Thousands will be outside without that decision. That is the basis of Article 27, that these children will be discriminated. The decision by the minister completely negates the principles of Article 47 of a fair administrative action. And that is why the two schools instructed us, we have gone to court to stop the selection. Out of curiosity, government decisions are done by circulars. The CS has not given a circular that the selection has started. You look for it in the fourth estate, there's no circular. But selection starts today by virtue of the media presser he gave it. How can you deal with this question? A young girl here, my daughter, has asked the president, in balloting, in elections, the law provides that any dispute must be resolved conclusively before the date of the ballot. That is why the presidential petition, whoever is declared must wait for 14 days to allow the Supreme Court to decide. Where on earth do we have children now being told they cannot be in the ballot for schools until 90 days? We've gone to court to declare that provision, Section 27, unconstitutional, illegal, and aimed to make the operations of KNEC opaque, not transparent as per Article 10 of the Constitution. And we are seeking justice, not only for the kids in these two schools, but the thousands and thousands of children in this country who are being faced completely with career destruction. The second issue that we have taken to court is that for the first time, we have produced the in-house examination results for these kids from Standard 5. What their exam results were. Standard 6, Standard 7, and the mock results of Standard 8. Remember, these schools do joint exams. Kitengela did a joint exam with 7 other schools. The schools, the students were ranked from number 1 to number last out of those 7 schools. The kids of Kitengela were among the students who got more than 400 marks. Our numbers are over 100. But the results of KNEC, these kids have 200 marks, 300 marks. The kids in the other schools who are below 100, who didn't get 400 marks, their results now from KNEC are their marks of 400 and above. That contradiction, that is what we are raising, that we have for the first time presented evidence for the courts to see. The second area that we have taken, we have picked number of students who are in these schools who left, and we have provided the marks they had before they left and the final mark that they have gotten now under KNEC. Those kids have done tremendously well. Where did the Kenya National Examination Council cook these results from? That is the question we are posing to the people in government. Is KNEC ripe for dissolution? First question comes this way. The results are announced. Students never enrolled for certain subjects. They are given now, the students who registered for sign language are given marks for Kiswahili. Students who enrolled for Kiswahili are being given marks for sign language. Then KNEC wants everybody to be an idiot to believe that that was a simple error. They have admitted themselves in their press statement that there were irregularities, there were errors. If the errors were done Why can't they correct these errors before the selection? The second error